And there it is. Welcome back, Nuts. Did you hear that, baby?
Unfortunately, I did.
I'm fucking for it. Yeah, I'm fucking for it. Yeah, this is the 14.
Oh my God.
It just all went in my mouth.
Bethany
And Sean.
we are a couple of nuts talking.
You are a horror movie in your asshole.
What's going on, Nuts?
Oh.
We're back again. Wait, we already said we were back.
Yeah, we can't say it every time, honey. It's
No?
just one time and then that's it.
I'm fucking back.
You know what it is?
Back.
It's because we were gone so long that like this still feels so fresh and new to be doing this.
It's true.
Don't forget, move your phone so it doesn't make that crackly noise.
Well, that's where the bits are, honey. Commit. And
Then
this
you
is I
better
actually have,
airplane that shit.
I actually have a little bit of advice for you for being because I'm a stand-up comedian now. Check this out. Get a little bit of advice, baby. Commit to the bit.
Oh my God.
I just came up with that.
No,
shit
you didn't.
right out to air. Ripped it
did not.
right out to air. What do you
That's
think?
been around for frickin' ever.
Never heard it. until
Commit
I
to the
said
bit,
it.
honey. Come on. That's like saying moon's over my hammy.
Never had it. Then I said it.
Okay.
Oh God.
What?
Can I just tell you how much I missed the COVID lockdown?
I
Can I tell you about that?
dream about it. I daydream about it.
Holy shit.
Often reminisce about it. You know, not for nothing, honey. It was like our heyday. It was like
We thrived.
we annihilated. I had never had that much motivation, zero fear, just jubilation in my heart.
There was a little fear at first.
Yes, in the first, I'd say 3 months.
We fell for it for the
Yeah.
first couple months. We definitely fell. I remember laying in bed at night and thinking, this is our Black Plague.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting there thinking, like, this is,
Yeah.
even if the Black Plague even really happened, who fucking knows?
Now we
But
don't know, but
I was sitting there like, this is it.
yeah.
This is the end of times.
Oh, you thought it was that dire?
I thought it was I thought a lot of people were dying.
Do you know what I thought? I thought I was scared. I was like, yes, this is going to be one of those horrible things, but I never thought I would be in that. In other words, if you notice, honey, I went into complete like mode. I started like cleaning things and organizing and making sure we had enough water and food. And like, I started being like, if there was a TV show at the end of this, we would be the heroes.
Yeah,
We'd be Rick Grimes.
You you were wiping things down with Clorox wipes too.
That's what I'm saying. I went into lockdown joyously.
Any groceries we brought home got wiped down with
Nothing
Clorox
came
wipes.
through the door without getting hit.
That was psychotic behavior.
I didn't find it psychotic. I found it survival mode.
Honey, that shit was crazy.
I think it was crazy, but I think it was survival mode. We had never been through anything like that.
We looked nuts. We were, the first few months, it was scary because we had to order groceries. So I tried to get into order from Ralph's and stuff like that.
And where we lived, everything was empty.
Everything was empty. Everything was sold out. And there were things that like, babe, I got in. I could go pick up our groceries tomorrow.
Oh,
at 8
yeah, because
a.m.
you had to wait out in line and you may not have made it in.
Yeah, there
Like
were
soup
lines to
kitchen
get
shit.
in grocery stores. We were taking selfies with masks on. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
What were we doing?
Well, I will say this. We really quickly got out of it. And I'm pretty proud of us.
Oh, we did. Once I saw that one video by David Icke about connecting the money. Follow the money, he said. Follow the money to the vaccines that will be coming out. And then he followed the money all the way back to Nazi Germany and Bill Gates and fucking Fauci. Fuck. I was like, wow, babe. And then remember I posted that video and we lost some people after that.
Oh, we've been losing people since then. Like, at this point, I think it's hilarious that, well, first of all, I don't care anymore.
Well.
Remember how much I cared? like a couple 2 tree in the beginning were dropping, and I felt like they were my friends, and and then now I'm like, they weren't my friends at all.
No, they were very toxic. The thing was too is that
no, not only because of that. Remember what you're gonna say, but not only because of that, but because my friendship, if I'm friends with you, it means something. Like I have very few in my pantry.
I know, baby.
And I know how I show up for people. I know the friendship that we had. Like the last text from us.
If you're a friend in our life, you are handpicked.
Yeah.
We handpick you to be with us.
And what's really funny is this is because of an opinion. In other words, everyone else gets to have an opinion as long as it matches theirs. But if your opinion differs or doesn't align, or they have a judgment about it, you're screwed.
I know.
And it's like, wow. It's basically saying, I don't love the color purple. You love the color purple. We can't be friends.
We can't be friends.
I mean, it's so absurd. And by this time, we were right.
Yeah.
Not to toot our horn.
No.
I don't even care if we were right or wrong.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter because, by the way, they were wrong and I don't care. And if they came to us and were like, hey, I'm sorry, I was a jagoff.
Never going to happen.
Yeah. No, never going to happen.
Ego's way too big in this place, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really just a video about how much money people make off of patenting things.
Yeah.
That was the video. And the vaccines, this was even before a vaccine was out there for the coronavirus thing or whatever. And it really triggered something in people, like COVID denial. Like, never once did I say, this isn't real. People aren't dying. They're pretending. Never said that. And second, not for 1 second did we deny what was going on at the time.
No.
But sometimes I sit there and I just think about how much I miss it. We started a cooking show.
Oh, man, that cooking show.
Did we start this podcast?
We
started the podcast. We made music. We did live stream shows.
Man.
We went to Vegas a bunch and it was empty. We talked about that on the podcast, actually.
Did we about Vegas?
Yeah, we did.
That was so cool. That was like...
Oh, that was crazy.
Living... It was like we were the last woman and man on earth.
It was like 28 days later.
Yeah. Except things stayed open for us. Like we got to experience them.
We got to gamble.
Only people who worked places.
And let me tell you what, those slots were loose at that time. We were getting comped badass suites at the Caesar's Palace and this loose ass slots, winning monies.
We had so much food. They were giving us everything.
I remember we went there for my birthday.
Yeah, and that's in the summer.
I did that one slot with the kitty cat, and I won which seemed like a lot of money at the time, like the $392, jackpot bonus. And I was like, baby, we're getting a steak dinner. We're going to Zach Bagan's Haunted Museum. And we did. And we did all that.
Do you know what's crazy is that Zach Bagan's museum had such a long frickin' line. Even then.
Yeah, it did.
I can't imagine on a non-quarantine time.
And we had to wear masks. But the tour itself was like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. So we were in this haunted mansion museum thing wearing these masks the whole time, and it was just...
And then the funniest part that I remember, and by the way, I love Zach Bagans, if you know me at all.
We are huge Ghost Adventures fans.
And I have like a 10-minute bit about him.
She does.
I love him so much. We were actually just watching, or I was watching an episode yesterday on season 27. He's got a whole new look, which I can't wait to add into the bit. But what's really crazy is, how long would you say we were in quarantine? A year? Less than that?
About a year.
It was still 2020, right?
Well, you mean like the complete lockdown? Everything was shut down?
Yeah. How long would you say we were and then went to Zach Bagan's?
That started in
March.
2020, and then... No, we went that year. We went for my birthday. We went in June. The thing started in March. We went to my birthday in June in Vegas.
So 3 months, okay? So this is why this is funny. In 3 months of quarantine, us standing outside for an hour and 15, would you say?
The wait to get in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then an hour and a half at least indoors.
Yeah.
So after about 2 to 3 hours of standing, we were exhausted.
Yeah.
I thought my legs
Yeah.
were going to break out. They were like vibrating. I was like, oh my God, this is how much sitting we've done.
Baby, like I was so fat in the first few months.
You were. When we watched those cooking shows.
We weren't eating good. We weren't eating organic yet or anything like that.
We knew nothing about anything.
Dude,
for
we
our
were
health.
making scalloped potatoes and like crazy cheese dishes. It's like we were eating so much cheese.
First of all, I don't
Not good cheese.
Okay, what episode was that? That was like the scalloped potatoes. That 5
of our cooking
Yeah.
show. Yeah,
it was like 4 or 5, right?
Something like that.
So we had just begun on our discovery of like figuring out what we're gonna eat, and then it became everything was scarce, so we could get potatoes.
Yeah,
and we didn't even have that many. I think we had 5 potatoes.
yeah,
We cut these things and scalloped them like real thin.
like that.
We had potatoes, scalloped potatoes for like 2 weeks, where now I cannot eat one. I do not want one. How 5 potatoes turned into a 9x13 thick ass like level of fucking
If
potato.
you don't know what scalloped potatoes are, they're very thin
rich.
sliced potatoes, layer upon layer, with a cheese sauce,
Butter, cheese, and cream.
cheese cream sauce.
And it's just, I mean, the first day we had them, we loved it. We're like, oh my God,
This is the greatest
we are the
thing
best
ever.
chefs in the world.
And
then by
next
day 2, we were like, okay, they're still good.
yeah, scalloped potato. all
And
right.
then it was just that
like,
we
why
put
isn't-
a dent in the corner in those couple of
I was
days.
like, why isn't it getting smaller?
Yeah.
Why is there still so much scalloped potatoes inside this dish?
And
we
then
couldn't waste it at the time. We definitely
No.
couldn't waste it.
No.
Because it was quarantine and there was no food on the
We
shelves.
had no food here. Do you remember? It was pretty bad for us.
Yeah.
Like we had maybe a box of cereal because we are not. Oh, that's the other thing that I should talk about for us. I don't know if you are, but I'm a minimalist. I don't like a lot of stuff. I don't like a lot of kitchen stuff
That's funny because we have a ton of shit.
now, but we didn't. So coming from that frame of mind and way of life, the only thing we did that God had us was on toilet paper because we had gone to Costco
Yeah.
the weekend before, and we got that big ass thing
Oh
of
my
toilet paper that
God,
they have.
what is going on where toilet paper was a thing?
Right.
Oh my God.
But remember,
That
we
was
had it all,
crazy.
and I remember when they said on the news, they're like, "Oh, we don't have enough toilet. There's a toilet paper shortage."
Yeah.
And we looked at each other and we were like, "Not us."
Not for us.
In other words, we're gonna starve because we
Yeah.
have no food because we didn't know to get anything.
Like, what the hell?
But we
was
our
that?
asses are gonna be squeaky clean.
Yeah, we were set on that, and that was fucking crazy. But I do miss those days. There's nobody on the road.
I missed how quiet it was.
Gas was like $1.70,
Oh
$1.60.
God, the economy. Like we were.
Wow.
See, I got to work the entire way through.
Yeah.
Like one half of my career was dead and basically anything to do with entertainment.
Yeah.
And then the other side of my business, which is coaching, and I work in recovery facilities.
You thrived, honey.
I made it was like incredible. I
Yeah.
had like 6 different facilities elsewhere. It was crazy.
You did, and then I was getting unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
So much money in unemployment because there was nothing to spend it on at the time. So we were just stacking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Where did it all go? It
What?
went to the last couple of years. Is where it went.
What, the money?
Yeah.
Well, it probably went to Vegas a couple times that we went, and we went to the casinos quite a bit.
Well, our wedding was in Vegas. Yeah.
Cha-ching! And then I proposed to you during it as well, and it leads up to it's been 3 years now already.
Babe, it's 2024.
It is.
It's 4.
Isn't it? Man.
In 2 months, it will be 4 years from 2020.
Wow, when it started. St.
That-
Patrick's Day, because we
Yeah.
made an Irish stew that day.
I performed my last comedy show the night before.
Yeah,
and I was
I
supposed to
remember.
perform on St. Patrick's Day, but we didn't
That
get to do
was
it.
Trippy. And Haunted
Yeah.
Air played a live show the week
The
before.
week before, yeah.
Like everything was going so good.
Oh, man, we were on fire.
And then it got scary, and then it got better.
I mean,
we were left alone. People were leaving us. We didn't have to talk to anybody. We didn't have to go do anything with anybody. Oh,
like on a real tip, it was about, I don't know, I would say as soon as like we kind of calmed down and started learning the truth about everything and weren't fear-based anymore, which is why I think we creatively thrived. And there was a point where Sean talked to me. He was like, "Hey, Do you notice that you aren't an anxious, stressed ball of energy?
Yeah, waking up crying and screaming.
Yeah.
With your night terrors.
Night terrors,
I used to
all this
wake up
stuff.
with night terrors. There were times where I got hit in the face. And I knew just right in the face.
That's so
Baby.
loud. That
Yeah.
was unnecessary.
I
They're
want-
going to jump
I
in their
want
car.
people to know how hard you hit me in my sleep.
There was no marks. I mean, as far as I know, I was asleep. He could be lying, y'all. Like, there was no, there wasn't even a bruise.
And this is what an abusive
No.
relationship sounds like.
I would have to know. I would have to at least enjoy hitting you, and I didn't.
You hit me in the head and the
Okay.
face.
Well, good. I hit you in the head. You can't see it.
But continue about how amazing
So-
I am and I woke you up.
No, it was just you kind of just made me see what I wasn't seeing, but I was definitely feeling. And so I became self-aware in that moment and was like, oh my God, I feel amazing. And it was because I couldn't overthink and I couldn't judge myself and I couldn't beat myself up and I couldn't do any of that because everything stopped, and everything stopped for everyone.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel guilty. I didn't feel bad.
Right.
My workaholic brain and self didn't like come down on myself like I'm not doing enough and you're so this or you're so that. Like,
Go down on yourself, son. You know, there was one time when I was younger, I was so flexible and skinny, I was able to get the head of my dick in my own mouth. I did that once.
I'm surprised you stopped working on that flexibility.
I know.
Because that would have propelled me to fucking
I'll tell you what.
that bone disease that makes you all wiggly wobbly.
All Stephen Hawking's and stuff.
No, the one that makes you like what's Rubber Man, or what's that guy's name? He stretches himself.
Stretch Armstrong.
No, the comic.
What?
Oh, the comic book character that can stretch.
Mr. Stretch, man.
It's not Mr. No.
I don't know.
I
But
can't remember his name.
I'll tell you what, man.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Having that like mound of smooth flesh in my mouth. I'll never forget how my own dickhead felt in my mouth.
Wow.
It was just a smooth mound of flesh. I think, and it didn't feel good because I was so uncomfortable, obviously, with bending my body in half like that. But I got probably the whole head in there, and it was salty skin in my mouth, and I don't know.
Just so you know, that's every blowjob I've ever gave.
What do you mean?
That's what it is.
You
Every
gave blowjobs
dickhead.
to other people?
No, I mean,
Look at me when you say that.
go
Look at
ahead.
me.
I
and
am
tell-
literally looking dead in your
You
eyes.
look at me in the eyes and you tell me
I'm
you gave blowjobs to
looking
other men.
at you dead in the eyes.
Say it.
Continue.
But I mean, that's pretty much it. Was put
Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic,
Yes.
Fantastic Four. Nobody cares about them.
No, I know that. That was this. I know that, but what I'm saying is if you had your little dickhead at the time in your mouth.
Oh, my son, I always had a big old
My
dickhead.
son? Why did you bring your son up?
Don't even talk about my dickhead like that.
You know what I'm talking about. You were a kid.
That motherfucker's been big since I was a kid. At least my mom told me it was.
Ew.
Son, you have such a great big cock. Definitely didn't get that from your father.
No, look at how you're hung. Look at that.
Definitely. She actually did say that once. She's like, you definitely didn't get it from your dad's side. Big old slam on old Pops. Oh, Dad, I love you, man. I know you listen to these sometimes. You know, I was listening back to that last episode talking about how he slammed me down in the training wheels. It was pretty brutal sounding, but it happened. So,
Yeah. What are you going to do?
and I love you, and I forgive you.
He won't listen to this one because he'll be mad about listening to the first one.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Love you, Dad.
Look,
But back to my dickhead in my own mouth.
Yeah. But we were talking about, we always do this, but let's remember what we were talking about.
We were talking about the missing the pandemic.
Missing the pandemic and me trying to finish the story of what you told me.
Oh, you were always getting down on yourself. That's how I got to that.
Yeah, I was like it was like I was able to be 100% myself. Like I'm always authentic with Sean and a lot of my friends and people and my family, but like I never felt that freedom from my own thoughts before. It has nothing to do with you.
Baby,
right now he's shaking his head with
hold
his
on
eyes
a second.
shut.
I got a joke.
What?
Knock, knock.
What?
Knock, knock.
Yeah.
Just do it.
What?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You're welcome. Continue.
So it was a big moment for me.
It really
and
was.
I remember I was almost like, am I not supposed to be doing all this? Because how come I feel fabulous not doing it?
Yeah.
And not being around the you are what you hang out with. And it's like everything's in lack in the entertainment industry, and everything comes from this source of scarcity and
they're not lacking
fear.
in little kids to fuck. I'll
They're
tell you
not.
that much.
They're
Pedo
definitely not
would,
doing that.
son.
That too. It's like,
Yeah, do you really
to
want to be a part
support
of that?
No, but that's why I'm always trying to do my own thing. Like at this point, I'm not part of the wheel, and it's going to be possibly the easiest thing I've ever done. I'm saying that for my HP to hear it.
Yeah.
Or it could be the hardest, which it's been.
And now you're saying for that for my pee-pee. The hardest.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got it.
HP, hardest pee-pee.
Ew, luckily my God, my higher power is cracking the F up right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but we do miss it. We miss you, COVID lockdown.
And look, we know that people had a really hard time, but if there's anything,
I'm not going to apologize for that.
I didn't say I'm sorry.
I mean, if you really want to talk about it and go down that rabbit hole, they died when they got hooked up to those machines in the hospital, babe.
If you really want to break it down, less people died that year than other years, and no one died of anything else.
I know.
So, I mean, we're not being told the truth on that.
No, I don't know if we ever will be.
No, I don't care. Like, I don't care even now about
we do
knowing
care
everything.
about the hurt and the loss.
Oh God,
and God
yeah, no,
rest
I'm not talking about that.
every last soul that
Absolutely.
was touched and then hurt.
Yes,
from it.
that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I don't care about knowing the truth or not, because who knows if I'll know if it's the truth when they're telling it us. You know what I mean? Like, that part doesn't matter. If I can channel how I was feeling during quarantine, I would feel that way for the rest of my life and better.
You don't think you're channeling that? I feel like you do.
No, I think it's changed my life.
Yeah, I think it's totally changed us for the better.
Yeah, like now I don't give up. I mean, before I
Remember,
would
you were
say,
trying not to curse. Remember?
oh yeah,
baby.
I really am trying to. Sometimes though, when I just let go,
So I'll fucking do it for the both of us.
no, we have to both try. Otherwise, if
I don't give a fuck about that.
So you made me forget what I was saying. What?
Do we still feel that way? We feel better about ourselves. We're in a good place. We don't care what other people think about us.
Like, I've always been on the path of I don't care what people think about me. Like, that's for sure. But I cared what I thought about me.
Right.
And that was the epiphany. The epiphany was that I have to stop judging myself. And I have to stop comparing myself and putting people on a ladder and thinking I have a timeline when only HP has a timeline for me. So it was that part of the puzzle,
the awakening,
that really, I think, saved my happiness.
Knock, knock.
Sean, this is so stupid.
And
it's so obnoxious.
Just do it. Knock.
No. I'm sure the people love it. I think it's obnoxious.
Knock, knock.
And this has nothing to do with you.
The last time I'm going to do it. Knock,
there
knock.
better be a...
Knock, knock.
No, there has to be a punchline.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You're welcome.
You're welcome who? You better fucking make me laugh.
You're welcome for awakening you.
No.
Give me some high five.
No, I'm not touching you. No.
But yeah, I truly can't thank you enough, COVID lockdown and fear, for waking us up.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you had the same kind of thing happen, right? You were on tour, you were having fun, you were in a band, like doing everything you want, gonna be in a recording studio, all that kind of stuff. And then COVID hits, and it's like, it really made me think about what I've worked so hard for, what I've dedicated my life to, like what...
Yeah, it made me realize what I want to do and what I don't want to do.
Yeah, and like what parts of it I hated. Like, I just... By the way, when I dissected it, there's so little that I like about the entertainment business except the actual performance. And it's like 2% of what you're doing. Everything else is business. Everything else is network, social. I am not that person.
Honey, I'm scoring movies for stuff, but luckily I'd love to do obviously big budget stuff, obviously, because I'm amazing.
Well, you'll
I'm
get
really
there.
good at it, but I've been able to do independent stuff, and there's none of that garbage involved with it. None of that.
No, I know. It's so great. And I think both of us are starting to kind of manifest exactly how we could be doing what we love and it not encompass all the garbage surrounding it.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
that we don't have to, you know what I equate it to? Like how, what I think cured us and literally unlocked the box of happiness for us during COVID is when we completely stopped watching everything.
Yeah.
Sean and I looked at each other and were like, I'm done. I'm done watching the news. I'm done listening to social media. I'm done reading an article. I'm done listening to you, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care. It's all editorial. It's all agenda. I don't care. And our lives changed in mere days.
Big time.
It's like the fear's gone. All you're doing is, how do I live today? It's so exciting. What can we make? What could we create? And have a blast. And now I'm hoping, I mean, I can't read the future, but I hope we stay in this. I think we had a little bit of a rut, and I hope we can bring it back. But for me, like, I am starting to...
Wait, what was the rut? When I was on Kratom?
Yeah, I would say that was
I mean,
the
I'd like
rut.
to just give myself a little kudos pat on the back. I stayed sober the whole lockdown, whole pandemic. There were sober people dropping like flies out there, son. Let me tell you what.
That's why I was working so much.
Exactly. I was killing it in my sobriety. So it was after the fact that we took a little trip.
Right. But it did bring back some of the, there's fears involved with that. And there's reality kind of like, unless you're in denial, you have to bring
life
forward.
happens.
Life happens. But I would say that this relapse was nothing compared to the others. And I feel like we both handled it quite well. And I feel like
it didn't hit us financially as hard as other relapses.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough time in this episode to go in to what it did to my body and the energy that we were living in. We can do that next step if we really want to go down that one. But
I'm sure they're curious, but
yeah, this relapse was bad, obviously, but it was necessary.
yeah. But what I was going to say is, and I can only speak for myself, that I really am trying to take that seed of, am I starting to judge myself? Am I starting to go hard on myself? Am I starting to lose what really is important?
Right.
And that is, for me, authenticity, coming from love, kindness, all those good things, happy, joyous, and free.
You ask yourself at the end of the day, and you ask yourself at the end of the day, was I kind and loving towards all today? Maybe not always, but a lot better than I was.
Yeah. And eventually it will come around and you'll go, oh, this is why I've been doing this.
Yeah.
This is starting to make sense. Like recently, I can't tell you the last time I had fun on stage and the last time I had fun.
You're having a good time right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to say what I've always wanted to say.
Yep.
Because also what I was feeling during all of this was, because Sean and I were staying away from all the things that were kind of programming and embedding this fear, we didn't have it. So we were capable, not that others weren't, but we were more capable of just hearing all things. So we could go, oh, well, now that makes sense. Now I understand.
Yeah.
And we're starting to pick all this stuff up. But both of us being fearful of expressing how we feel, because it isn't, or at that time, now it is, because people are starting to wake up. But at the time, like, it was scary to even say, like, hey, I feel this way, or I'm thinking this, or whatever. And by the way, this isn't even political. At this point, I feel like I am zero politics.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It's been a long
None
time
of
since I cared.
That's not real.
No.
It's just
It's
as
puppet
real.
show.
It's just as real as the moon landing, my son. Oh, shit. And on that note, everybody, I feel like this was a banger.
Hold on. So I was saying, I'm really having fun doing my stand-up. Because
I was thinking we could go to that.
Oh, what?
I thought that would go to the next time we could talk about that.
Oh, really? Okay, I like that.
That's because really the meat of this episode was about how much we miss the quarantine.
You're right. We're trying to do this, guys.
Honey.
I don't know if you noticed, but we just came back and we are trying to be more organized.
A little more structured.
And
Obviously, we talk
long.
about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but we're trying to keep it solid. One
right
episode
and tight.
at a time.
Right and tight.
Right and tight. Ship them up, swoop them up, and ship them out, just like the cartel does to all those little kids. Keep it right and tight. That's dark and long. And
I don't know. We're gonna lose people
I don't
already
even think
in season
that's
2.
funny what I just said.
No, you're gonna erase that.
I'm not, but
oh boy.
yeah. That Sound of Freedom, everybody, check it out. Great movie. Really hard to watch
gonna bring,
at times. Oh,
people think
Jesus.
it's political, honey.
It's not political. Just watch it.
I can't though.
Okay.
No. I thought it was great, and I feel like no. Can I just for 5 seconds?
If you're against human trafficking,
right?
Okay,
that's what I was gonna say.
Watch the fucking movie and
watch
be
the
angry.
movie, and then tell me that you're not for this movie, because all it is about kids being trafficked sexually, trying to stop it.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to make it anything else than that, you could come and see me and we could have a brawl.
That's the note that we end on there, baby doll.
Stay nutty, everybody.
Bye for now. Kimses.
Bethany
and Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking